the Highlanders. Speaking of the South Island, Caleb Tangatau. Pretty excited about him. He's decided to take a trip down south from Auckland. Absolutely rightly so, because it's pretty hard to get a place in that Blues team with Mark Talea and Caleb Clark, the two All Blacks wings, ahead of you. And so he's taking a trip down to Dunedin, and I'm betting we're going to see a hell of a lot of him this year. So he's going to be an absolute weapon, and it's just about will he make selection, and then will he make the most of those opportunities? Because we've seen a lot and talked about lots of people with the Highlanders over the years get. It's often seemed like a place to go to get the opportunities, but haven't always seen that kind of pay off. So it's quite a few players that have moved down to the Highlanders this year, and he's someone who I think we talked about him as new young hot shit last year,
and probably the year.
I was going to say probably the year before, but
yeah.
he's 21 despite having been the subject of so much conversation. But I'm expecting a big thing from me this year.
And I love that as an outside back. If it was me, I would just go, well, I'm just going to go play under the roof. How good for an outside back. But also I find quite funny, it's like you just need a team with a bit less competition. Who are the Highlanders got? Just Jonah Nareki and Tapunawa, who's now co-captain. It's like, yeah.
And JRK.
Jacob Radamabuki-Nitkins at fullback as well.
For a bit though, isn't he? Talia, who can cover there as well.
It's just outrageous. It's just so unfair. But Tangatau, I think if he gets a run, he's had a few years in the system now, there's big raps on him. Hopefully we start to see the talent that he possesses against the New Zealand sides, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who else we got?
I mean, they're probably a side that maybe we could have more names. It just doesn't seem like there's that many young guys coming through. Viveni Lasanga, you have a nickname for him?
When Nelson misspelled his name, Googling him, the first search result came up was vegetarian lasagna. So now I'm going to start calling him vegetarian lasagna.
I knew how to say his name, and then I went, yeah, it's spelled wrong. It's a Q, not MG. He's definitely Fijian heritage there. He's got a chance, you believe, Kagi, that he will actually take the 7 jersey.
Look, what's his name? Sean
Withy?
Sean Withy, who's they've had fairly big reps with Sean Withy, and I kind of think he's been in the mold making that 7 jersey his own. But lasagna, I'm now to call him lasagna. It's stuck in my head. He's one of those fantastic Fijian players. He's in a little bit of that Artie Sevilla type mold. Just an absolute workhorse, and
you actually can't say that. No one.
Did I say the next Artie Sevilla? I did not, but I just said he's of that mold. I was careful with my word choice here. Back when I backed Zahn Sullivan to be the next Will Jordan, that didn't pay off quite as much. So
how big is he? Because obviously Artie ended up playing a lot more 8 than 7.
Yeah, he's about the same size. He's about 100 kilos, and I think similar height. So
if he's not playing 7, he's not tiny, but he's probably not going to be the big physical presence.
No, exactly. So I think he's one of those guys that plays above his weight. I was actually saying to Nelson that last year he was someone I was watching, particularly in the Hurricanes. Obviously, Peter Lackey. I think last year I called it the Peter Lackey podcast because I was that excited about Peter Lackey. But Viveni was someone I was also had my eyes on at the Hurricanes last year. And so anyway, he's now moved down. The Hurricanes have had lots of back rowers. He's moved down to compete at the Highlanders, and I think, he's a good shout of getting some serious game time.
He's 183 centimetres and 101 kilos.
Which I think is exactly...
He's not tall.
I think that's Artie, though.
No, mate, Artie's got to be tall.
Artie's a little bit taller, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%.
Not significantly.
183 is not big for a loose ball.
That's 3 centimetres taller than me. But he's actually...
Yes. No,
I think, if you're thinking about a flanker, I would be a small flanker.
Nelson just said he's not big. Okay, good.
How many centimetres taller than you is Artie Sevilla?
185.
2 centimetres.
Artie Sevilla's only 2 centimetres taller than you?
No, than him. 5 centimetres taller than me.
I thought we were coming back to you for all our measurements now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good reference. But you were comparing the two, so... 5 centimetres, if I'm on my tippies.
Boys, have we got anyone else for the Hurricanes? Is there anyone, like I said, a lot of players have moved... Sorry, a lot of players have moved down, but this is new hot shit we're talking about. And I think these are probably the two that we can talk about in new hot shit.
I mean, AJ Faleafanga, obviously still very exciting. I think he's a little bit old for the category that we're putting him in, but he's one with a bright future that I'm looking forward to the battle between him and Cam Miller.
Fabian Holland's only 22.
Oh, there you go. But he's just,
Latest
I mean, we
Just scraping in.
yeah, but he doesn't like him, so we
Very
so.
This is going to be a recurring theme.
You hate these fans.
He's going to. Jesus Christ. He's going to make the All Blacks this year now. That's what I
He is
Alright.
going to make the All Blacks. Do you know where he was born?
I don't, Nelson.
It's
But
in his name, mate.
oh yeah, sorry, he's Dutch.